What's up?
What's up? I like that song, man. I could probably listen to that song in my truck. Just What's everybody doing out there in the chat tonight? I hope everybody's having a great Saturday evening. Thank y'all for spending it with us. For everybody that watched the Thunderdome show, that's much appreciated. They talked about some cool stuff tonight. We got Justin over there being choo-cherific, as always.
Worm, I can't do the worm.
Yeah, we got Tommy from Exotic World of Geckos tonight. Thought we'd switch it up a little bit and talk about some lizards, some frogs, some kids' birthday, all kind of stuff, birthday parties, everything. So it's going to be awesome. We'll go ahead and get him up here, and we'll all give him a big thanks. And what's up?
Hey.
What's up, Tom Bomb? How you doing, buddy?
Good. How y'all doing?
All right, well,
Doing good. Good.
Hey, cheers.
Right? Got a little cheers going. Look, Florida man. See, he knows. Tommy knows what's up.
Ripping the Flow State. You drink enough of them, you'll know about a Flow State.
I used to be in New York, but now
What up, Fred?
Too long.
What's up, Fred?
First comment. Let's go.
Come on, Fred.
What up, Ken? What's up, bruh? Ken, say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Dickie Foster. I really do feel like every time he sees that name anywhere, he is literally saying that out loud wherever he is.
If he's not, he's at least saying it to himself in his head.
No, he's saying it out loud. He's saying it out loud. You can't get that emphasis on Foster. Saying it in your head, it just don't work. We got Shauna supporting tonight. What's up, girl?
What's up,
Good
Shauna?
to see you.
Duval.
Mike Duval, what's up, bro? Cool dude right there, man. What's up, Tyson? Good to see you, brother. If y'all ain't checked it out, I'm sure everybody in the chat's heard it and seen it, whatever. But the things that he's been writing, his little horror story, man. I swear to God, I wanna put that. We're gonna work something out. We're gonna figure something out with that because it's awesome.
We need it in a book.
Yeah,
What's up, Bull?
Thought it was a book.
Sam at a Bull.
Sammy. What up, Sammy?
What up, Brave? Good to see you. OG right there.
Yep.
Been watching Ken, and when I did my thing from the beginning, man. It's awesome.
Come on.
What's up?
John.
Heck yeah. Glad you are drinking with us tonight there, Johnny.
Let's go.
Vance. What's up, you dead son of a gun?
The zombie.
What's up, Will? Look, Will, I got this just for you because you was doing it. You was drinking it last time. Look, this is for you, buddy. He got me on that Coors game.
Let's go.
What up, Mark? Good to see you. Mark said he's getting some sushi coming to him.
Shit.
From yesterday.
Yeah.
Don't make me jealous now. That sounds delicious.
It really does, though. All right, I think we're all caught up with the chat.
Did you get old Curdy Wood?
I didn't see Kurtwood yet. I haven't made it to the bottom. I just skipped over Mitzi. What's up, girl? And motherfucking what's up, Joshi? What's up, Steph? Good to see you.
Yeah.
One of the newer people coming over to the RWO side of things, I'm thinking. What's up, Chooch? Good to see you. Chooch squad. What a Chooch. Oh, God. Yep, see, showing love.
Ken's already starting with his shit putting Roll Tide in comments.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just because he's Alabama don't mean I am.
Damn it. Damn it, big dog. We're going to have Zach on the show sometime soon, y'all. Watch out for that. He's a cool-ass dude with some cool-ass animals.
Right. Will knows low tide.
Trying to work that into the schedule. I'll throw up a Roll Tide. Thank you, Ken. Roll Tide.
No, it's more low tide. Thank you, Will. Low tide. Thank you, Will.
I like to think it's high tide.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, we got damn Stan in the house, man. What's up, bro? Man? Good, always good to see Stan. Hope all is well, man. But hell yeah, okay. I think I'm all caught up. If you want to help me out with the comments when you see them, Justin, if you see anybody, anything funny, anything interesting come through. But yeah, Tommy, what's up, buddy? I had you on the show when I first started doing it a while back, but it wasn't really a professional thing, and I wasn't really trying to. I was just drinking beer, I didn't really care. Now I kind of care a little bit, and I want to let everybody know who you are and where you live at and what you doing down there. You know what I mean? And so I guess we can start with where you at, man. I know you're in Florida, so you want to let everybody know.
Yeah, so my name is Tommy. I'm originally from Bronx, New York, but I moved up in Orlando, Florida when I was like 12. Then back and forth, came back 21. I got into I got locked up basically for 7 years. Then I came back. I went back to New York, but I just came back to Florida, and I've been in Florida since.
Come on.
And now I'm doing leopard geckos and ball pythons, but mostly leopard geckos, but all reptiles. I was into reptiles when I was a kid.
Yeah, I remember you told me that last time we did the show about how you got, trouble, whatever. I mean, we all make mistakes. We ain't even got to fuck with that. But you said, that you've always been into reptiles. I mean, probably like me when you was like a little bitty kid having. Did you have a leopard gecko when you was little? What was your reptile of choice when you was little?
So when I was little, my brother, he had like ball pythons. He had a water snake. And my mom had iguanas in the apartment. So when I was young, I was around them, but they didn't really know a lot. It's just, people go to pet stores and get a pet, and then they end up in the house. So it basically was that. Like, there was no really research they was doing. Whatever the pet store told them, that's what they was doing. But I remember I used to watch Crocodile Hunters and stuff, and not Crocodile Hunters. Steve Irwin. So when I came to Florida, I started herping like with the kids in my neighborhood, in my grandma's neighborhood. We start herping and stuff, and then I moved back to New York, and I was living with my sister, and then I went to the White Plains Expo. You ever heard of that one? The White Plains in New York.
I haven't. No.
Well, it's a reptile show, and I think they still do it. And then I got a ball python from there with my sister. And then I just started researching. And then I found a king snake, king snake, ball pythons, not all that. And then I used to just be on the computer researching reptiles, learning about them. And then now I'm older, so now I get to do what I want. And now I'm building a collection.
Come on.
It's nice being an adult, being able to drink beer and breed snakes and lizards whenever you want, right?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude. So that's awesome. You still herp now. I see you posting videos about you herp all the time. Being in Florida, I'm sure that's awesome.
Yeah, I need to do more. It's just I just be working, and it's just the time. And nighttime, I don't really like to be out 4 a.m, out there herping, because it's dark, so you could end up like you going through woods or something. You can end up in somebody's property and shit, and they come out with a shotgun, get off my property, what I'm saying? That never happened, but I don't want that, what I'm saying? But I'll go to Everglades or something and herp over there.
Come on.
Yeah, you catch some cool stuff. What's like one of the most
daytime?
What do you catch the most when you go herping now out there? Like, what's the most thing you see the most frequent?
It got to be like we talking snakes. It got to be black
Anything,
racers.
any reptile, lizard, snake, whatever.
I see a lot of black racers. I see a lot of
Nose.
yeah, nose.
You probably
I
see the
a
Cubans though.
The
You probably see the Cubans.
We see them both. We see the Cubans and we see the greens for
See,
sure.
here in
Yeah,
Alabama, we only have the
I haven't
Cubans
seen one
now.
personally, but they definitely here, like more south. I see the brown. You talking about Cuban browner nose?
Yeah, the Cuban browns.
Yeah, you see mostly brown ones, and then you see
like
green
here
ones.
we're told to kill the brown ones. Like
Yeah,
if we see them, we're told to kill them because they killed the green ones more or less.
Yeah.
I feed them, honestly. I feed them to my monitor that's outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we don't have green anoles here. I mean, we do. I got a video of one, and it's like a Steve Irwin moment, like the invasive fucking Cuban anole has ripped away the fuck. You know, like there's no.
I've seen them.
Anole.
I seen a lot of green ones though. They
What up, Big B?
make a comeback.
We got
Honestly, Tommy, I don't know if you could agree with me, but like like back in the day here in Florida, when we seen the green ones, they would always turn blue and shit.
Yeah,
and
they
now
got that big red
as much color. They're just green. It's all right, when are you gonna change? But they don't really as much as.
And some of them too is mixed with the brown too.
Right, that as well.
Because they got some that they be brown, but they got the nose like the green, like it's more longer. So, but it just be mixed. And then what else? I see water snakes. I seen a couple water snakes.
Black racers, though. You said black racers, and Will said he loved racers as a kid. I catch a lot of black racers where I work in the housing development out there, and I love them. I think they're fun, but they are crazy, right? They are crazy, bro. Like they act like just Tasmanian devils, man.
Nah, they're smart too, bro. They're real smart.
Oh,
like, I had one. He knew I was trying to get him. Like I was trying to chase him, and like he basically joked me. Like I went this way, trying to and he was going like he was going, and then he like made like a turn, and then he just went out.
NFL blitz.
And where I be herping, there's a lot of bushes. So once the snake go back in the bushes, you gotta be. And I ain't wearing clothes for that. Trying to get all them spiky things. That be
little thorn bushes and shit.
Yeah. So how long has it been since you got back into the game, so to speak, keeping multiple?
Like I've been I want to say 2 years.
Okay, dude, you've done a lot in 2 years. We're gonna get into some stuff, folks. Like Tommy's been on it.
Like 2022, I think I stopped coming. Yeah,
that dude, that's awesome. You've definitely. Just wait, y'all. Y'all wait till y'all see what he's done in 2 years, dude. I mean, I figured it'd be longer than that. That's amazing. So, how did you acquire or be able to, I guess, boost your foot in the door with the stuff that you have? You invested a lot, or you got lucky, or you?
Well, with the geckos, I just bought a few geckos. I got just like 18 now, but I just like my first year, I kind of had trouble with the incubation and stuff, so I had a little trouble. So I got the wine cool. Now, is it a wine like a refrigerator type incubator? So I'm gonna try that out. But other than that, I just bought from basically people I knew already that before that I knew they had like nice geckos, and I just got some from them.
I know you're a tangerine snob, right? You're heavy in the tangerine game. So you want to explain that and what you like about that?
Yeah, like the tangerines, I feel like they was like when I was young, they reminded me when I was young because in the leopard geckos, because when I was young, it was like you had ball pythons, you had the morse, but the next thing closer to that is either corn snakes or leopard geckos or maybe bearded dragon morse. But like with the mutations, it was really like leopard geckos and ball pythons. Then they trying to like make morse for fast tails and different animals. But the tangerine, it was like the first line bred trait that people like was going crazy for because it's an all orange gecko. From a wild type, it's purple, like a different color, and then now you get an all orange gecko, and then you get the tail that you can make it all orange, and so you keep breeding the best oranges, and then you get a nice all orange gecko.
So tangerine is basically a line bred trait.
And then they got different lines because different breeders, did their own breeding their tangerines and different crossing different ones together. So they made like their own lines.
That's cool. Well, they look great.
Tangerines, but the ones I work with is the electric tangerine, and I work with the original tangerine. But some people now they just put like original tangerine, but it's not the like original tangerine because that's like from the night, a long time. So you don't really know if that's that. But right now, mostly work with the electric tangerine and the Afghan tangerine.
Okay, so what's the difference?
So the Afghan is kind of like I want to say like subspecies like that. It's like a Afghan, like a leopard gecko that's from Afghanistan crossed into the tangerines.
Okay.
Like there's like the leopard geckos, you could find them in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran. So there's different subspecies in in that family.
Well, and I wanted to get you on tonight too, because I think I've told y'all, but my first reptile ever when I was like 4 or 5 was a leopard gecko, a normal leopard gecko, and it was awesome, dude. It would sit there and watch TV with me. They're really cool animals, right? And it was big. It was a big lizard to be a gecko. I have house geckos like y'all have, transparent ones that are out there eating the bugs around the porch light kind of thing. And dude, that leopard gecko was huge. It would just chill. It never dropped its tail, nothing like that. It was awesome. And I loved that lizard, and that's what really got me into reptiles. That my dad had iguanas, but that leopard gecko, like I would watch the Flintstones with it right here, and it would be facing that way, watching TV. You know what I named that leopard gecko? Pebbles. Because it liked the Flintstones and it had those pebbles all over its body. A normal leopard gecko is beautiful to me. But there are some crazy traits like you have the tangerine, that's crazy.
And with the leopard geckos too, they got eye traits. So you can also breed for the different eyes. Like you see red eyes, then you see the eclipse eyes. They got a blue amber eye. That's pretty new. Marble eye. So it's different eye traits too.
Okay.
That's wicked, actually.
It is, yeah.
Like,
that really is
cool. Like the pack, like the like let's say you want a tangerine, but you want it with red eyes. So you will put a bell to a tangerine, and then you make the all red eyes. Plus eclipse too. You with the eclipse, and then you make
and that was something that I was gonna. You're talking about how you can do that, and but I got to be honest. Before the show, I did some research about leopard geckos, y'all. I actually did some homework. I don't really know a lot about leopard geckos, but I know that there's genes right here. I had to write them down because I don't again do it. But
there's a lot.
You got Enigma and Frost and all that. When you do stuff for the eyes or start trying to go for certain things like that, does it cause like maybe neurological problems or anything like that? Does that happen?
In some, there's some traits that it's like that, like what eye trait? Oh yeah, there's one called NDBE. I think that's an eye trait too, but they it's I don't know. I really never worked with like that. Like,
oh yeah, but basically what you're saying is it can happen doing stuff.
Yeah, it's like line breeding too. Like when you keep on putting like the mom and the dad or the brothers, like keep on, you're gonna run into some issues. And then there's some traits like the Enigma, which you can't breed them back to each other, but like people was crossing them, making tangerine enigmas, but they say the Enigma trait got like they be doing circles.
That's what I have wrote down right here. That was the main one was Enigma.
And really, they got balance issue. They also got a trait that I work with now, and it's called white and yellow. And they also say like those have balance issues, but when you like you can't put them together, white and yellow. But I heard like some people did, and it worked out fine. Some people did, and it didn't work out fine. It depends.
Well, it's like that. I think it's like that in cresteds too, right? Like Justin, you might know this. I know my buddy, he does crested Mike, and
like lily white to lily white, or you're gonna have fucked up babies. You know,
Yeah, but
that's
if you cross them and you have, fine babies, the babies are
Right.
good.
yeah, Mike just
Yeah.
said it too. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's the
So that's
thing.
why
You
I
know,
do white and yellow, and I cross it. I don't do white and yellow to white and yellow. But there's some you gotta be careful too, because some white and yellows they have like low expression. Like it looks like a white and yellow, but then it kind of don't, but it is. So it's like a possible white and yellow. So you gotta be careful if you put a white and yellow to a possible white and yellow, and that one's white and yellow. You could run into some issues. So you gotta,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And
So
you
it's
know,
not
I found
aesthetic
out
breeding and
something.
stuff like that.
Well, I found out something very interesting talking with Zach. I think it was yesterday or the day before, whatever. I didn't know there were so many genes in the spider complex and ball pythons, for example.
Yep.
I mean, you got blackhead. I mean, there is so many genes that are in that complex that I didn't really know. I mean, I didn't know that. And it just goes to show you that if you do it right, even with spider or whatever, lily white, however, you just don't breed them together, the moral of the story, and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's interesting. I guess there's every reptile has a gene that it seems like you can't
people
breed.
they actually like Enigma, you can't really find them. No, like people like they don't even work with them no more. Like Enigmas, they they canceled it basically. And the lemon frost too, like they grow tumors. You will see
Really?
people selling them for cheap now, but it's like they grow tumors and stuff. So it's another gene that's not good.
Well, and so like Will said, he didn't know that, and and that's the thing is there. I guess it would be hard to not know that. I don't do leopard geckos,
Yeah.
but
Now,
you
like some
definitely
information,
gotta,
you need to really dive in, like go through the rabbit hole, and then you'll find information and talk to
Right.
like breeders that's breeding, because they run into that too, hatching babies and stuff. They run into stuff.
How's your
So you-
incubation process?
Yeah.
Like when you do it,
Like
Like,
right
you
now,
guys-
now because I used to use a hoverbaiter, but I think like it was fluctuating too much. Like my eggs wasn't, they was molding up, and then my babies they wasn't they didn't develop good. I had like one premature one with like small eyes, and I think it was the incubation because the other babies was fine, out that parent. So I don't think it had nothing to do with the parent, but I think it was just the incubation made me my temps was a little wrong. I just gotta,
So what's the temp? What is the temp and humidity for something like that?
Yeah, so the leopard geckos, the females, you could hatch all females, well, mostly females at 80 degrees to like 81. And then
and that's the thing. Well, I know a lot of people. That's why I was asking, because they just put them in the reptile room up on the high shelf, and they don't have an incubator for that because
females,
80 degrees.
If you're
Is female something that most people go for when they incubate? Is there a typical?
It depends. Like your project, like what you're doing. Like if you need more females, you want to put the temperature for females, but maybe you might want a male, or the pairing you can make like a super house male that's got like the combo you want, like make your male, you want to put it for a male.
Okay.
Like
can you take like an egg and put it in the female incubator, and then one of the eggs from the same clutch, because they do 2 eggs, right?
Yeah, 2 eggs and put one in the male.
Can you do that? Can you do it like that?
Yeah, because you could just take one egg and put in the container you're using, right? Like so they'd be like brother and sister basically. Like,
yeah.
So can you colonize when you're doing the breeding process? Can you do like a 1.2 or like we do the crested geckos or
geckos? So like how I got it set up, I put them separate. I have them separate, but I know breeders and I know people that like Ron Tremper. He did like for 40 years. He made the Tremper vinyl. Like he made a lot of morse. He was a big breeder, and he does 1.4. But
really,
you can't just people with the Facebook, they'd be like, oh, don't put your leopard geckos, they're gonna kill each other. But it depends. It's like because the leopard geckos, they could get territorial a little bit. So it's like sometimes they battle for food, and sometimes you know, but if your husbandry good, you feeding your geckos, they shouldn't, you know, attack each other. But
Right.
you know, but I also heard like when you do put your females together, they will ovulate. You know, they will do like they will
Like
ovulate.
work together more or less.
Yeah. Then you will have the male go with the female, and then go to the next female. You know,
That's
but
cool.
now on
That's
one day, I don't think they do it all. Like I think they just, you know, you get one female, then.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's cool when you can do that
facts.
with lizards and
But I
snakes.
think
Like
you need
a
like a
lot
big,
of stuff, like you said, you got lizards, right? So they're
yeah.
going to be territorial. But I feel like with any lizard, like a monitor or a bearded dragon, for that matter, I'm sure you can do multiple males, but you have to watch them and make sure that they're not going to hurt each other because you know some are more territorial, I guess, or than
Yeah,
others,
they
right?
say like they say the males too a lot. You know, they say the males will turn on each other quick, like fast. You don't put males together.
Do
Just
you have males and females that just aren't compatible? Because I know monitors, you always have to buy more males than females because, or a lot what I've
yeah.
heard,
Sometimes
because
like
there might not be.
I tried to pair some geckos and they didn't like they might like the male will try, but the female will just like get off me type shit. But that
Reject
might
them, yeah,
be
yeah.
just mean that she don't want to breed right now. You know.
That's cool though. I think that's cool. You know, like the snakes, I feel like I can just throw a male with a female. Boom, it don't matter. They're not really that picky.
Let's
They
do it. Right.
snatch, you know what I mean? Like they don't care, you know. But that's all. I think that's cool. It's kind of like the cats of the reptiles. You know, they're frisky, but they're sassy too.
They got the cat eyes too. They kind of they got
Mm-hmm.
And you know they're a
Yeah.
bigger size gecko. They're not a small gecko. You
No,
know?
and that's what I was saying.
They
They
got
get
nice
big,
colors.
you know.
Yeah. They got nice colors, and you know they cool.
Like I
got
like
the
that.
geckos too, though. They're a little smaller, but you could actually keep them together.
So, what species do you keep now? I know you got ball pythons and you got leopard geckos, but is there any other animals that you keep?
Yeah, so I got mostly leopard geckos, and I got 6 ball pythons, and then I got a pair of panther geckos. They call it like pictus geckos.
Really?
I actually learned that they got morphs now. Like I seen a AMAT, like a albino version, and I seen a anaristic, like anery.
Right.
Okay.
So they come in with morphs, and I seen like some stripes. So they pretty cool. They come out at night, and they kind of small, but they got a big head. And
Are they hard to handle?
They just a little fast.
They flighty, yeah.
Yeah, but they chill. Now, once you get them in your hand, they will chill. But they're a little like, you know, they be like, what's going on? Like, what you doing type stuff.
Didn't you say, Tommy, you wanted some vipers?
Yeah. I was looking in those.
I got the hookup on it for us if you want them. Whatever you want.
I want a couple type of geckos, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm trying to get the vipers for sure. I already Nick knows.
Viper geckos, everybody. Viper geckos.
Viper gecko.
Yeah, you could keep them together too. I heard, like in a colony.
And you can also keep them without a venomous permit. So there you go, everybody.
No, they're not venomous.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You can keep them without it. It's just a name. It's just a name, people. They're not venomous. Why do they call them a viper gecko? Because they're feisty?
I think that's how they look. They also got another gecko that look like the scorpion tail. You ever seen those? They get their tail like that. They be moving it. They look like they got like that gray look, you know, like that gray rust scale look.
What? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like geckos, man. Like I said, they have my heart.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gecko species.
So you said the magic
panther geckos, and I also got a Pac-Man frog, and I also got a bearded dragon and a cicada tortoise.
I was gonna say the tortoise, man. I love that tortoise, bro.
Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah.
Tortoises are fun, right?
Yeah.
Sundog serpents.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Sundog. Hell yeah!
How big is he? Is he pretty big or?
Yeah, he's like
he ain't tiny.
He's like a year and 3 months.
Heck
so
yeah!
He's getting there. He's not a little baby no more, but he's still not like huge. You know they get big. But
Oh yeah.
my plans is to, I'm moving, like getting some land when I move. So I'm gonna have like a place for him, like outside, like an outside
I
enclosure. I
told
got
my
him on
rep.
outside right now, but he's like in a pen. But I want to build like that square.
You want the big deal. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I want. I want
And
to
I
be
wanna
able to
fit
have
it
a
back in
pond
outside.
out there and everything for it. Tortoises are awesome, dude. I love
Yeah, I
them.
like when he eat. When they eat, like they know I just put the food and he just turns whatever he doing, he just turns around
Stop.
and just go. And then he might step
People
over.
think tortoises are slow.
Like, his
Throw a
mind-
tomato or
Oh,
a
no,
strawberry down there. They're freaking.
yeah, they ain't that slow. Yeah.
No, they ain't slow at all, dude.
You get to watch them just chomp. That's what Alex likes. Is just watching how they chomp. I really like.
They'll take a bite out of lettuce and it looks like a triangle. Yeah, their beaks. Yeah, that's awesome. But it is great if you can keep a tortoise outside.
Nah, yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, I think it's better.
Yeah, dude, the sunshine.
I also have like a basking lamp too. Like I turn on, but I usually turn it off at like 3, 4.
That's cool.
Turn it off, yeah.
So you give it extra heat too.
Yeah, so it could bask.
My monitor outside has a basking.
Like they like to be hot, like get.
Oh yeah. Like my monitor, he likes it in like 140, 150. Yeah. So I have to have a heat emitter, even though it's in the direct Alabama sun. It still likes that, and it's beneficial.
If it's good, to bask and shit.
For sure, man. And you said something a minute ago that really struck my fancy. You have ball pythons.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that for a minute, and maybe what you have, what your plans are for that?
So ball pythons, like I've been wanting to get back into ball pythons like a long time ago, but my girlfriend, she didn't really know nothing about reptiles, so I'm trying to, I took her to some shows, but she just, she couldn't really, but she went with the leopard geckos, but she's still trying to get comfortable. Like I don't know. But she just, I just got, but eventually I will have more. Like I'm working, I got 6 now. I used to have 0, but I got.
What's your male to female ratio? Start pairing them. I mean, hey, look, if you need another incubator, I got you. I'll give you my old incubator.
Nah, my mahogany head pies, they should be ready this season. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah,
heck yeah, dude.
They get bigger, yeah. The mahogany head pies, so I might get some sumos and stuff.
Making some sumos, I was gonna say.
So that's what I was gonna ask. So that's what you're looking for. But like, if there's a gene of ball python you're looking for, what is that? Like, what are you going for?
There's a few. I like the like I'm still learning about the mahogany and stuff. But I know there's other stuff too, like other dark genes too. I like the GHI. I also got a super GHI. I like that one too.
You got any snakes you want to do a snake and tail real quick? We can show some. I like super GHIs, homie. GHIs my
they still got a rat in them, but I bring them out.
If you don't feel comfortable,
Tommy.
Yeah, whatever you don't feel comfortable with, don't do it. But if you feel comfortable with it, please.
You can also gecko and tail, homie. You got geckos.
Hey, and that's why I'm kind of happy about this show, Justin, because we're talking lizards, and you're like me. You grew up with iguanas and shit. You love the lizards too. And this is a fun thing. Oh wow, yeah. You want to blow them up, Jay?
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
Yeah, I got this one from Pipset.
Come on, Pipset.
Yeah, I love that, man. GHI is something. I mean, the name says it all. I think gotta have it is just what we call it, but I think it actually means something else. I can't remember. But yeah, GHI is something that you have to have if you're wanting to breed, in my opinion.
Facts. It definitely is.
Like leopard to me now, leopard is the new GHI, and I have to have it,
Leopard is definitely a good one.
But yeah, and look at that banner he got. That thing's dope. What you got there?
The mahogany head pie.
Nice. Heck yeah, man.
Come on.
So you got some good stuff. You got some good.
That's a good mahogany too. I was gonna say that's a good line.
Look at the heart
Yeah,
on
they
it.
kind
That's
of
hard.
hard to like. Some of them be, but they just have like a different, I guess
That is nice.
a different, I don't want to say like a contrast or a different, I don't know how to explain it.
Well, there's different, like we talk about this a lot. There in ball pythons and a lot of reptiles, I feel like there's a lot of lines. Like there's different lines. Like you got different lines of OD, you got different lines of pastel, you got, it goes on and on. So there's different expressions to every line of that specific gene. So it's like it is what it is kind of thing,
Yeah.
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a mahogany too. Head part is the male.
So
Okay.
look at that. Those are good lines. Like that's
Yeah, no, for sure.
I
Yeah.
thought like this might have like yellow belly in it, but I don't know. But
Yeah, there you go. Just like he said, it's a very polymorphic expression. You must be a scientist.
And that's like leopard geckos too. They got a lot of polymorphic traits.
He ain't a scientist. He's just a good stoner.
Hell yeah. Well, no, Tommy, that's cool, man. And hey, I got some GHI clown stuff hopefully coming at the maybe beginning of 26. So I'll send you one, man, for sure. If that's something you like, if you're wanting to get into clown too, that would be cool.
Yeah, I got a head double head clown pod too.
So you like the darker stuff. You're like me. You like the dark
stuff.
side.
I like some bright stuff. Like I like some.
Me too.
The crazy stuff, but I like dark. Like I'm liking darker stuff.
Yeah. The new lighter stuff I'm liking is the DG that Justin and Kurt hooked me up with from Green Line. Shout out to Jay at Green Line. Very professional, great looking snake. So hell yeah. But I like that line of DG for sure. What was that, Tommy? I'm sorry.
I like hypo, hypo.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
hypo,
So hypo, a little bit about the hypo. I'm sure you've been
hypo, orange ghost.
So what do you think about all that? What do you think? Like, what would be if you had to pick blue ghost, orange ghost, green ghost, or hypo, or what is it? Just ghost? Because I have het ghost. Hype, that's what it's labeled as. So
yeah, it's like different labels. Sometimes it's
So what would it be like? What have you seen, or have you seen differences?
Right now, I just like the hypo.
Just a straight hypo.
Yeah, straight hypo. I guess. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I seen the blue ghost too, though. That was pretty cool.
That's what I was thinking you might say the blue ghost, because I feel like I've heard you say that, and I think that's something really to look into. I think that's a cool.
Yeah, to like a different, not a lot of people working with.
For sure, I think it's cool.
You work with.
I'm an OG type of guy, like that orange ghost. Come on.
You OG.
OG. Like the OG.
Yeah, that OG ghost. When you just go to the show and spend $500 on a het ghost, then talk to me.
Listen, I like my OG Kush and I like my OG Ghost.
OG BD. Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah, man. Well, I got an ad I want to run real quick. And then we'll keep talking about some stuff, but yeah, so everybody needs to go to the Morphle. You like how I did that there, right? Okay, so go to the Morphle. Go over there to their YouTube and hit the bell. RWO is invading Morphle. I believe it's this Wednesday. So everybody, go hit the bell so you don't miss that. It's going to be awesome. Those are great people. Just wanted to throw that out there and let everybody know. But hell yeah. So leopard gecko talk. We got to talk about some leopard geckos.
All right.
So you got some tangerines and some stuff that since I've been talking to you, I think I've been talking to you for a little over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute, bro.
Nah, it's been a minute, yeah.
I think right when you started getting back into it, me and you was hooking up, talking and shit, you know. So you've had tangerines this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you bounced out and you was like tangerine on. You got tangerine dreams on the mind, you know. So let's see a tangerine. Show everybody what you're talking about, because these things are. They made me want to go buy a gecko.
I'm gonna show you all the tangerines and tell you, you know, because some of them is different, but I'm gonna show you the.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it.
Because when I first started talking to Tommy, he showed me his tangerine stuff, and you know, I had a leopard gecko for many. I mean, I had that one I had when I was 4 until I was like 17, and then I gave it away, and it still lived another so many years, you know. But they didn't have morphs like that back then.
Right.
But now these orange geckos make me want to go get a leopard gecko. They make me want to call Tommy and be like, hey, bro, I want a orange gecko. So I can't wait for y'all to see these things. They are awesome. You don't do leopard geckos, do you, Justin? Or do you? I know you do crested.
I do cresteds and gargoyles, and then I want to do the vipers as well, is what I want to do. Right. I also got Chihuahua. I'm working on hybrids with that. So I'm trying to do crested and Chihuahua hybrids as well. And I'm going to produce some Chihuahua geckos as well. So
yeah, dude.
Working my way with the geckos. I like them for sure. I didn't go the leopard gecko route. I just kind of went a little bit different route, but they are cool. They definitely are cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, the good thing about a lot of the gecko species, I feel like you don't need a bunch of extra stuff. Like you just keep yours in there, I'm sure, room temperature.
Yep.
You know, just chilling. And you don't need the lights. You don't need the heat.
I mean, you make sure
you need belly heat or whatever, some heat source to digest. But I mean, for the most part, it's not like an expensive setup or nothing. I mean, it's not like you got to go out and spend $1,000.
We use right there, the white ones, right there, the white ones right there, so I can point more.
Yeah.
White ones right there. Those are just shoe bins from Amazon, the shoe plastic containers, you know, and those are all my babies. And then this one is all my breeders, my 1.2s and 3s. And
I like that. I like that black shelf you bought. Honestly, that thing is awesome.
So
did you put casters on it? Did you make it to where you can wheel it around, or is it light enough you can just pick it up?
That one?
The black one, yeah.
Yeah, no, it comes like that. That's also a storage bin. Those are cheap. I think a little over 100 or a little under $100.
There you go.
Stack, lock in place. They got doors, which you can make, and they're 30 gallons. So they tell you what size. So it's actually the size of a 30-gallon tank, you know, more or less. It's got wheels on it, and they're cheap as hell too. So I'm tripping out about like this storage bin world is changing how these aquariums and stuff is going, because people could, it's not just geckos. Like I could take those and I could run limbs across and make those for green trees, you know, and house up to a certain age in those as well. Like those things it's unlimited and they're cheap. They fold up, and if you're not using some of them, you could detach them and they fold flat into, it's crazy. It blows my mind. But yeah,
that is crazy. Well, after what Tommy is about to show you, you're going to be wanting to get into leopard geckos, everybody. So
yeah, I just brought them all here.
Oh, you're straight, dude. Hey, I'm excited. I'm just going to put you on your solo layout, bro, and you show and you talk.
All right, this is the electric line tangerine, and they head bell.
And everybody, you need to go to Tommy's Instagram and look at his pictures, because they're way more orange. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if you get me.
You'll give him a follow. So what'd you say that was? Extreme?
There's an electric line tangerine.
Okay,
look at its eyes. Its eyes are cool as shit, actually.
So some of them will still have like pattern, but they get like real orange. She's female, but you know, like adult female, sometimes their color dark out when they get older.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look how thick that tail is.
Have a lot of carrot tail, so you know people will put like the male. I will have it like more carrot tail, like have a male that has a carrot tail, so the babies will have more, but it keeps her like orange.
So that's something that people in the leopard gecko world look for is the carrot-shaped tail.
The carrot color, the orange color on the tail. Like, let me see.
Oh, that's color. Okay. It did kind of look like a carrot, a baby carrot, though. The tail did.
Yeah, you see more orange.
Oh, I see it. So the more orange.
Yeah, I don't have one that's fully carrot tail.
So if the more orange, I assume the more value, or is that how it works on the tail?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. You got some little feisty little sons, don't you? But look how orange that is.
It's a blood tangerine.
A blood tangerine.
Yeah, it's a line. A blood is a line of tangerine. But some tangerines, they do look alike, but
look at the mouth. Look at the mouth on it. It's got like a Joker smile. Look at that.
That shit's cool as hell.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Look at that. That is crazy.
Go, we're gonna get you, boy. That thing is nice though, right? I mean, like, what happened?
Uh-oh.
We lost him.
We lost
his damn gecko ripped the cable out of the wall.
Something happened.
Well, while he's figuring that out, we'll go ahead and let y'all know what's up with our sponsor, Vision.
Vision Products has developed the slotted stainless steel Versa Rack, the best rack at the best price. The slotted stainless steel Versa Rack allows you to place multiple overhead light and heat sources above your breeding tubs. Couple this with optional Vision heat cables to also provide an underbelly heat source. Each pin of the rack design, making it modular, affordable, and easy to assemble. This design avoids expensive welding, yet maintains rigid strength and durability. Countless hours of design and prototyping led to the perfect end plate design to make the rack strong, easy to assemble, and keep manufacturing and shipping costs low.
Come on.
Yeah, we got Tommy back, but everybody make sure you go to www.visionproducts.us for all your reptile and rack rodent needs. Whatever you need, they got it. Go to custom aquariums and custom cages as well for all your furry friends or feathered friends.
Facts.
Scaly, if you got like fish and you like aquariums, you can go hit them up with that too. So it's good to have you back, Tommy. What that leopard gecko had enough, right?
Yeah, the leopard gecko exited, bro. He jumped on.
What a douche!
Like, what the hell, man?
I ain't so none of us off.
Yo, chill out, man. All right.
Well, hopefully that one will light the airtime.
Yeah. There's a tangerine too. There's the older female I showed. It's the same traits as this one.
So what's up with the line on the dorsal going down?
Oh yeah, the line.
Yeah. What is that? What is that, a gene in it or?
It's just it's with tangerines, like
it's a trait. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that tail. Look at that tail though.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
So you got a lot of carrot top on the tail on that one, don't you?
Yeah.
That's nice though. Look at the eyes. Are they gray or blue? What's going on there?
Easy.
Nah, just regular eyes.
They look beautiful. Look at that, dude.
They're like little bulldogs.
Dude, right? They just, the way they walk with their arms, it's like it's gonna do something. They're so cute looking. But I will say this: back in the early 90s, when I had mine, we would let it bite you. We'd let it bite your pinky or something, and it didn't hurt, but it had some pressure. You know what I'm saying? For a little lizard, it definitely had some pressure. Oh wow!
It is electric line tangerine head bell as well, but this one got more green.
Very nice.
Yeah, it got green and oranges.
I like the stripe.
I like the striping too. The pattern on it is very cool to me. The faces on
those eyes are tripping me out. That's actually cool. I see them all the time, babies, but not like that as adults. You know, like when you go to shows, you see babies all over the place.
For
like,
sure.
Now I see them as adults. That like it just blows my mind seeing how big they are and what their eyes look like, and it's kind of cool actually. You know.
Yeah, they look different as babies, and they still trying to get their color. They go through like color changes.
It seems like with the leopard geckos, the color change though isn't like a ball python in the sense that it gets brighter as they get older.
Now sometimes they get more dull. They get duller.
Oh, from what you showed me, that didn't. If I would like to see that as a baby, if that is dull.
Yeah, I need to get. Yeah, I don't have any.
Because
baby.
that is like.
I got baby black knight crosses.
So you do have Black Knight.
Yeah. I just got.
Okay, see, that was going to be one of my other questions too. So we'll get into that in a little bit for sure.
This is a tangerine clown cross. So it's like.
Oh, that's wicked! Look at that
tangerine line, but the clown has like different patterns. It was like crossed with like the tangerine emerine. It's like a trait. So you cross them, and bold too have like. So you get like a different pattern, like them bold patterns, but they call it a clown tangerine. But it's
very cool. No, I love that, dude.
That is crazy. The face, the head, that pattern on it looks crazy on the head.
Yeah.
Well, so for the people watching, right? Maybe I don't really know a lot about them, and they might want to know about how much something like that may run at a show or on Morph Market.
Like leopard geckos, they got like, but they still inexpensive like compared to like other reptiles. But like this one is like $250. You know, some of them be like $300. Like if you buy like an $800 or $1,000 gecko, you know, you got the genetics. You like it's a real, you know, a nice gecko.
So Josh has a question for you. I don't know if you can see the comment down there, but it says, "Do you have any rainwater combos?"
Nah, not yet. I only got a Tremper and Bell. I want to get into rainwaters too, but it's just it's because it's 3 different albino strains, and you don't want to really mix up. Like, you know, if you do your record keeping, you shouldn't mix up, but you can't cross them together. So if you like breed one by mistake to like a het Tremper to rainwater or something, is not good. Like the babies, you won't get no babies.
And that's good to know, you know. So
yeah, you want
for sure. Like I've been thinking about getting into a lizard, and I got my monitor, but I'd have to get another one. It takes a while. How long does it usually take for leopard geckos to be sexually ready to do the deed?
So males, I like to do it when they're like at least 9 months to like 9 months. They pretty much good, but
about a year or so.
About a year good too. But I bred one that was 9 months. He was like 47 grams, and he bred. But the females, you want to wait at least, I'd say 2 years. But you can, you know, they say like 18 months, like a little shorter than 2 years, like 18 months. But I like 2 years. Or when they took 4, if they're above 45 grams and they like almost 2 years, they ready to go.
So kind of like pythons, more or less.
You know how they say like 1,500 grams, but you know some people have bred them like lower than that or higher than that, and it's, you know, depends if the female's ready.
To each their own. Yeah, there's always variations. Yeah, for sure.
Nick loves the pair at like 8 or 750. You know,
bullshit, dude. I'm like, I'm a butthole when it comes to that shit. Like I tell my friends, I got friends that I don't agree with on the situation, and they, you know, that's why
I had to mess with you. That's why I had to say it.
You always got to bring it up, Choochie. But hell yeah, show that shirt off. Let's go ahead and see that nice shirt you got on real quick. More Forge.
Mm-hmm.
They got some of your geckos, right?
Yeah. Actually, she paired the one I gave her, and she had babies.
Very cool.
Awesome. She's been doing a thing. Yeah, Jamie, shout out. Yeah, there's an Afghan Bell.
Okay.
But there's a white
That is
But this is
crazy.
the Afghan radar.
And that's why I was asking about the price a minute ago, because
Nah,
the
there's a
price,
little bit more. This one's like 400.
well, and that's the thing though, the prices for it, because I remember back in the early, like it was like 93 or 4 or something when we bought that one, and it was like $20, you know.
Oh
But
no, but those like like the pet. You could go to Petco, you could go to some reptile shows, and you could get a leopard gecko for $20. But it's just gonna be a baby, and it's just gonna be like a old morph or a regular morph, or like a like a pet quality, pretty
for
much.
sure. So you said that's a bell though. So what makes
Yeah,
it a bell?
okay, the bell. You see the eyes?
Oh wow.
Yeah, they red. They like reddish.
Wow. Look at that chill. He looks like Cheech or Chong or
It's
something.
actually a albino, but it's also Afghan tangerine, so it got a different look than a albino. Let me show you like a albino.
And that's Tyson. That's the question I had for him too, because I was, like I said, I did some research
You
about
see
it, and the
this
Black Knight
is also
apparently is
a
supposed
bell
to
too.
be.
And you see the red eyes.
Oh, I like that one,
Oh,
bro.
wow.
But this
That's
one,
crazy.
they got
Wow.
equipped eyes.
Dude, that looks in.
There's a Max Snow radar and there's an Afghan radar.
Okay, so snow. So okay, you said the magic word. So snow was another controversial gene that I seen. So
Which
what's the
one?
deal with snow? Like it was
I
like a
with the snows, the Max Snow, and I work with Max Snow now. But I think I'm gonna go with Tug Snow, like start getting some Tug Snow. But the what I was saying, yeah, the Max Snow. If you breed two of them, you get the Super Snows, and like you ever heard of the Dalmatians, like the
yeah.
white with the black dots.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Some of them they get line bred, so they get too much line bred, then they come out with like funny noses. The jaw be like shorter than it's supposed to.
Oh,
So
okay. So it's
you run into
deformity.
issues like that, yeah, because it's line
Okay.
bred, yeah.
That's pretty wicked.
And Tyson brought up something that we were talking about just a second ago, and I've been wanting to know. Black Knight.
Yeah,
What's
Yeah.
up with that? Because I looked it up, and it was like it said when I looked it up, it was the rarest one to date. But I don't know. It's Google,
yeah.
So I figured I'd ask the leopard gecko dude.
Yeah, I think like with the Black Knight, it's kind of like the tangerine, because like you trying to get the blackest gecko pretty much. You're trying to get the darkest gecko. Like you trying to get the orangest gecko with the tangerine. But what they did was like they cross it to like all dark geckos, but then they bred them together. So they kept breeding them. It's I don't think it came from Korea, but they do a lot in Korea with the Black Knights. But they breed them together, so you'll get black geckos, but they be small, like smaller
Okay.
size geckos. So now it's people trying to cross them out to make bigger dark geckos.
I'll
But
tell you who's got some really dark geckos and I don't know if they're leopard, but I think they are. I mean, I don't really know, but is that Dreaded Exotics?
Them Black Knights, yeah. You got
Those are Black Knight.
Knights,
Okay,
yeah. Because
they are beautiful.
yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah. So the pure Black Knights is the one that's all black. Like if your gecko is all black, that's pretty much a pure Black Knight. But if it's
Damn, that's crazy.
but if it's not that black, it's just melanistic. Like a trait.
Oh, okay.
But you cross them together to try to get a Black Knight. But the Black Knights is kind of it is kind of rare because it's not a lot of you need the Black Knights, but not all Black Knights make Black Knights. Like you might breed them together and you will get some geckos that they start black as a baby, but then they lose it. Like they go to like a Max Snow looking kind, like purple, gray.
Got you.
I'm gonna show you the.
You can't even buy a Black Knight and expect to get a Black Knight either. You have to.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So what I got is Black Knight crosses, but they like mentalistic Max Snows. So they crossed a Black Knight that was black to like a Max Snow. So it's a cross basically.
Got you. Yeah, the ones that I seen from old dude at Dreaded Exotics, man. Those geckos were like solid black, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was like amazed. I was like, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Look, there's the gecko lady there.
Hang on. What's
Come
that?
on.
That's your Black Knight?
Well, this is not a black. It's a cross. So you gotta
Okay.
call this like a Black Knight. It's like melanistic. But these the ones I got. Yeah.
It almost looks like it would. Oh, look at the face on it, dude. They're just so adorable, dude.
They are.
They're adorable. Look at that thing.
Got like little bulldog heads.
Oh my god! So if y'all want a leopard gecko, hit up Tommy, man, because his there. Look how cute that is. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, shit. Yeah, Tommy's got. He's like I said, ever since it ain't even been long, and I think he's doing pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, he is. He's
I think
doing
he's
hella
got
good.
cool looking, dude. And he's got all them other animals. He does like shows and stuff too for kids. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's pretty cool.
There's another one. It's more lavender though.
That looks like it's got some purples in it, does it, Tommy?
Yeah, like more purple. Yeah.
Oh, look at that stripe. Look at the circle on the neck and then the stripe. Oh my god, that is cool looking, dude. Look at that. It's perfect. Perfect circle and stripe.
Got his leopards out.
Dude, them leopard geckos are killing. It makes. I'm gonna get on Morph Market later tonight and probably binge buy a leopard gecko.
I don't think she could even hear me. She's got her headset in. I just looked up. I'm sitting talking to her.
This is my man, white and yellow.
Come on. Look at
What's
that.
You see the white and yellow, but this has bold too. It has a bold in it. But
Look at
white
the
and
head.
yellow, it don't have like you see the orange, so it won't have a carrot tail. The white and yello. Like
Oh, okay.
Some of them do have orange, but if it looks like this, it's a white and yellow like that.
How big they are.
And what's crazy you say that because that normal I had for so long, it did have orange specks in it. You know, it did for sure.
Like I breed this to like something else. I hatch out white and yellows because I hatched out a white
Look
and yellow.
at the head. Look at the head, the stripes behind the eyes and the head pattern on the top of it. Dude, it's so cool looking, man.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites though.
Yeah, that one's. I like that one.
Because he makes nice babies. You know,
I like the one that had the striping with all the dots in the back.
Gecko.
Yeah,
it looks like it has potential and you could see it, so you breed it, and then the babies be like, wow, you know. Like stuff like that.
What up, folks? I hope you're doing good. Cheers, man. Yeah. Speaking of which, Tommy, you just said you just did the magic gesture.
Well, oh yeah.
Anytime someone throws a beer cheers in the comments, I take a drink. So
Cheers.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, because now they're gonna be all night.
Wrong, bro.
Yeah.
So Mark asked a question: when do the hatchlings start getting in their spots? I don't know what that. Oh, like the spots on the patterning.
Oh yeah. So when they babies, they will either hatch out like banded, like bands, or the bands will be broken up. And they will be so it will be different. If it's a max no, it's gonna be like a black and gray baby. If it's a normal, it's gonna be like a little yellow and brown. The white and yellows hatch out like pastelish, like pastel kind of color.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then wait, what was the question?
When do the hatchlings start?
Okay, so like after 2 weeks, after they shed, the pattern will like disappear. Pretty much like the bands will change like color, like like a tangerine, it will hatch out with like 2 bands and then it will disappear and it will turn into like orange.
Come on.
Like
so do you have any babies?
Dots.
Do you have any babies for sale right now? Because you've got me like.
Yeah, I ain't paired up yet. I haven't paired up because I'm about to take some trips, so I don't want eggs. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I'm gonna
cool.
wait. Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna wait
smart.
after it then pair up. I ain't trying to, rush nothing.
If he does, I'm getting them off. Nick, you're not getting none of them.
That's cool. I'll just work out a deal with you, and I don't even have to take care of them. I'll just let you take care of them.
I'm just kidding.
You can get one of those new cool Vision Versa racks and put them in.
Yeah.
Come on. Now, see,
And
now
right
you're
now,
talking.
I got a baby.
No, man.
I got 30 is that 30 tubs? Yeah, 30 baby tubs.
Oh, you ready, bro? Yeah, you ready. And there, it's only 2 eggs per clutch, so I'm sure you can stack
Nah,
that.
she will lay 2 every 2 weeks. So
oh, really?
Yeah, they lay like 10. I had a female lay 20 eggs before, so they could lay up to like the most I heard was like 20, but that because I didn't hatch all of them, but she laid 20 eggs, and then usually it's like 10 to 15 eggs. Like if it's a first female, you probably get 8, maybe
That's awesome.
6, 8 clutches. But like a female that been breeding, you probably get like 15.
So is that retained sperm in the female, or do you have to keep pairing to be able to get those eggs that much a year?
Like
do you have like once that?
Yeah, sometimes they could retain it because I had some geckos like lay eggs out of nowhere and I didn't pair it. But
okay, but you do pair it.
You got to repair them. Like let's say, and sometimes they lay an infertile egg, so the egg's not good. But then you pair them again, and then to fertilize the eggs.
That's awesome.
Are you keeping them, Tommy, in like a rack situation? How are you?
Mine's in rack.
So it is a rack. Okay, cool. I was wondering how you're doing it with those because they have to have heat, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
You do belly heat, like heat tank.
Yeah, and I got a VE, the electronic, the VE.
Yep, great thermostat, by the way. Viv Electronics, a great company.
I gotta get more for the other racks.
It's Vivarium Electronic.
I said Viv, motherfucker.
You said Vivarium.
I didn't, did I? Well, it's because everybody's, helping me. Vivarium, the VE Electronic, whatever. I did it again. I screwed it up again. Maybe if they hook me up with a sponsorship, maybe I could say it right. Just saying.
I mean, Herbstat's a lot easier. We can definitely go for Herbstat. I will definitely take a Herbstat sponsorship.
How many you could plug in the Herbstat? Is it called a Herbstat 6 or something? No.
I like the 2s.
Yeah, they have. I use the 4s. I use the 2s.
Well, you can plug in like for how many racks, like into one, or you need one for each 4. So
they have up to 6 and 8, I believe. I think you can get 6s and 8s, I believe. So
I just do Herb 2s, and I just do the 2s because it's more manageable for me because it gets less confusing. But I'll have like all my males on both of those. Then I'll have a female rack and an incubator on one of them, and then so on and so forth. But the 6s are nice. It's just you got to remember it's all running to that one box. So if you have multiple cages or racks around the room, you have to accommodate for that wiring length. Mm-hmm. If you have 2s or 4s, if you have 4 racks on one wall, then a 4 would be straight for you because you could easily plug it all into that, But once you start getting into the 6s and I think there's one company that makes an 18 or something, and it's just
it's still like with the ARS racks. So a lot of people do the ARS racks. They still you could use a Herbstat 1 or whatever, and they use just a normal plug strip.
That's what I do to everything anyway.
Yeah, because
the only thing I will say, the only thing I don't use a strip for, because I don't do continuous heat tape. I do individual because it's easier to fix, clean, do everything too. So I do use the strips, but definitely my heat cable that Vision sent me is dope, by the way. Thank you, Mark. You're freaking awesome. But I only have to plug that in. It's one thing. And I've never used continuous heat tape but one time. And I did not like it because once it burnt that hole, and I didn't know, mistakes happen. It's heat tape. It don't last forever. So check your heat tape every month, people. But it burned a hole in the heat tape. The whole rack went out, right? So that heat cable plugs, and ever since then, I've never used nothing but a heat strip. But now that I got that heat cable that plugs directly into the thermostat, boom, done. And I love that. But like, yeah, thermostats are, you really want to spend some money on a thermostat.
Nah, yeah, you don't want
to
you need it because you can.
Oh man, BBC gonna get me tipsy. All right, Justin.
Damn, man, I might.
All right, Justin. BBC did it.
I see. He got us. I'm sipping.
Spider Robotics. Yeah, Mark. That's what the herpestat deal is. Spider Robotics.
You're a herpestat. See, look, now he's calling it herpestat. It's herpestat.
It's a herpestat, but it's powered. If you look at it, it's powered by Spider Robotics.
Yes, Spider Robotics is actually the company. Yes,
for sure. See, look, I know a little bit of some things that I talk about. Yeah, definitely, Mark. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I use surge protectors for everything. All my racks that aren't Vision, everything that's not Vision, because Vision, you pretty much got to use the heat cable because it goes in the prongs. You don't have to. You could get away with not using it if you really wanted to use heat tape. But why not use the cable, Yeah, I need one of them shirts or at least a sticker. BBC. BBC. That's me. Hook a brother up, playa. Tommy, you're out of. You can't be in the club. Justin, you can't be in the ball.
Nah, I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon.
Hey, Justin will too.
I'll be there soon.
Can't hear you, Jay. You must be muted.
That's why I keep saying it won't be there. It won't be long for me either.
Yeah. I'm getting tired of going to the barbershop too.
We got Alex over here.
I just can't do it. I gotta go naturally. Like it just gotta go all the way off. I don't just want to cut it off, It gotta just fall off and then don't grow back. And then I'll be.
I don't know, Vance. I haven't sweet talked anybody from there yet. We'll see. Hell yeah. So I got a question, Tommy. I've been wanting to throw this question out to people that are my guests lately, but I haven't. So you're going to be the first. If you could have any animal, it doesn't have to be a reptile. It can literally be anything that you wanted, and you could have it. And if you had to have the license, you had the license. Whatever you had to do, what would it be?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Highland cows. You ever seen those? The cows.
You want a cow?
Yeah, the fluffy cows. You ever heard those? The Highland.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but
yeah.
I think it'd be like a mountain lion or something crazy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you want a cow, I'll get you a cow. I can make that dream come true. You don't even need a permit for that.
I used to want llamas. You know the llama. I used to want llamas for a while. Yeah.
They spit on you.
Yeah, they spit at you.
Nah, I found out about that. That's why I really felt bad for them.
They're a pain in the ass too.
I like or a pig, the miniature pigs.
Those are cool. I almost bought Morgan a pig like 6 years ago. And one of those miniature pigs. I was stupid close. I'm glad I didn't, because now I'd probably be stuck with the son of a bitch. Well, I already got one miniature pig, the French bulldog. He's pretty much a miniature pig. He She wants slow loris. I don't know what that is.
Oh, my buddy paid actually some good money for a miniature pig, and come to find out, it wasn't a fucking miniature.
No, it was a big pot belly. Yeah. That's what that was my reason to get out of it with Morgan. I was like, dude, because I watched some videos of people buying those pigs for their kids and cute little, put them in a buggy shopping cart. No. That bitch weighed 500, 600 pounds. And he ended up being bacon. Right. So what's a slow loris? Does anybody on the panel know?
I think it's like a sloth or something.
Elaborate, Shauna, if you want. Everybody loves Shauna. She's such a cool chick. Everybody shows love to Shauna. But hell yeah, man, that's awesome. So I assume you feed frozen thawed. You said you only have 6 ball pythons?
Oh no, actually I feed live.
So you don't breed though? You don't breed though, right?
Nah, rats. Nah, I get them from Sundog.
Oh hell yeah, Sundog! Shout out again. That's
Yeah.
second time. Hell yeah. If you
Yeah,
say it 3 times, he'll appear.
Like
Yeah, I was gonna say,
sometimes like clean the rats. Go over there and hang out. So
That's
I've
straight, dude.
actually heard through the grapevine, Tommy. You've been learning a little bit of ultrasound.
Yeah,
and,
I just sounded too. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Tommy's doing big things, man. He also does those parties too for the kids. You want to talk about that and
Yeah, I
say
did
what
one.
you doing on that?
Yeah, I did one birthday party for my girlfriend's friend. So I just went over there. I got the banner, and I just wanted to start. Just because I remember when I was a kid, I just wanted somebody to, that talk reptiles or just have reptiles. But I was in New York, so it wasn't really. You just had Petland, and then you go and look at the reptiles, and that's it. And then the people that work there don't really know, what they selling. But I just want to, show the kids some snakes and stuff. So I brought the snakes, and there was a lot of Dominicans, a lot of Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. So I'm trying, communicate with them, but it was real easy because they was like, at first they was a little scared of the, the reptiles, whatever, but then they start, and then I had them holding them. So it turned out great. And I want to
next time you just got to tell me, Tommy, I'll let you take Alex with you. You can take the little Cuban over
there. My girl was translating.
I said, was your girl doing it too? I said, I forgot your girl would be able to too. Yep, come on.
Yeah,
you were speaking the language of reptile at that point. It didn't matter what you said.
Interested, and there was a few people like from Venezuela, so they seen the tortoise, and they was like they had redfoots, and then I told them like, oh yeah, redfoots are like like you could get it for like $250 or whatever, because they want to know how much. And they was like, oh, I could get one where I'm from, right there outside, because that's where they're from. They go outside, they see them, all together and stuff.
That's cool, man. That's cool that you had,
One lady surprised me, just like she like snatched the ball python from me, like, let me get that, and just start holding it. I was like, all right, watch for the head.
Y'all go check out the pictures and the video and stuff on his Instagram, man. It looked like a good time. I appreciate what you're doing when you do that too. I want you to know that. I think that's great.
But I also got
that.
to get, the FWC permit. So I actually like emailed them. I'm trying to get that, certified.
Awesome.
So, do more with that.
Heck yeah, dude. That's
You
awesome.
emailed
Joseph?
I would say you emailed him, Tommy. You didn't just go fill out the application?
Yeah, I did. I did the application, but I haven't gotten nothing back. No, I did the application 2 times.
It could take up to 30 to 90 days.
Yeah, it is telling. Yeah.
But that's cool though. You're taking those steps to do that. You're passionate about getting the word out, and those kids and those parents asking how much animals are. That's a good sign, because that means that you did your job. Now they're interested.
A kid actually, I took the Super GHI too, because I wanted to show like a baby ball python, a medium size, and then a large. I had my big rescue. She's she a big. She big basically. So
yeah.
So, but this kid wanted to keep this, talking about like, this is my snake. I was like, no, it's not. Let me get that. Maybe next year we get you one, but not this one.
I'm taking this one home, bro. You a sucker.
He's like, no, this is mine. This took.
No, that's awesome, man.
That's awesome.
It's cool that you do, because I know you like research. You're all about the research, and I appreciate the hell out of that, because you're not just going and showing an animal. You're actually talking about it. You know facts about it and a lot about it. So I think you're doing awesome, dude, and I commend you for it. That's awesome.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
For sure, dude. So you want to do the ball python breeding, but you said your old lady's kind of sketch about it.
Yeah,
so what is another thing that are you breeding anything else beside leopard geckos right now, or are you wanting to?
Geckos.
You got what now?
The panther geckos. The other.
Oh, okay.
Geckos. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you were breeding those. Okay.
Yeah, I actually hatched that, but their eggs are more delicate. I actually hatched out 2, but one, it lived for like 3 months, and then it passed away. And then the other one, it just it came out deformed, and it passed away in like 2 weeks.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I don't know if it's like maybe it's because I was spraying them, you know, but I'm still learning how to keep the babies.
Yeah. No, man, and hey, that's and that's why I tell people. Like, I have people call me that bought snakes for me a few years ago that they were babies, and the snakes are just now getting to be breeding ready, and they want to breed them, and they try, and it don't work out, or the eggs mold, or whatever, whatever the circumstance is, and that's it's part of it, and it shows persistence. Going after it again, getting up on that horse and riding her again. So you said 2 panther geckos. I was gonna ask, can you show that? I'm gonna be backstage I'm gonna take my camera off for a second, but I'm definitely gonna watch because I'm interested in what a panther gecko looks like. Have you ever seen a panther gecko, Justin?
No, absolutely
Awesome.
not.
I feel like I may have seen them at that Atlanta show, at Bob's show where we were at that time.
We might have. But
I can't really remember what they may have looked like. I know cave gecko. I know the crested gargoyle, blah, 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 blah. But like, I can't really picture it in my head. So, but panther sounds cool.
Right.
Sounds like a football team. Someone throw a damn tears in the comments so we can drink. Okay, I hate. No, I think the smallest species of gecko. I think Christina has some small geckos, but I don't know what they're called.
She does. She has, I think, one of the smallest. They're pretty crazy.
They're like micro. They're super. They're in they live in deli cups. They're so tiny. You know what I mean?
They're sketch playing with. Like, I don't.
Thank you, Sean.
Enclosures with the doors, if they have too big of gaps, they can get out and shit. It's wicked. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are actually cool. Yeah, I know exactly what those are. Those are pretty dope.
Oh wow, dude! Wow! Oh my god, I love it, dude.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're definitely pretty dope. They're pretty cool.
So that's full grown. That's full grown.
Yeah, these full grown.
God, I love that, dude. For real. So it looks I wish you had a leopard and one of those to show comparison, but they look so much the same, but so much different, dude.
Yeah, they got similarities, but they different.
Oh, they're totally different.
More like so this is rougher, but not that rough. It's still soft, but it's like more. Come on, yeah, they jump too, but they don't stick to walls. Leopard geckos don't either, but they like crested geckos they stick. Oh man, hold on.
No, you're good. Get your money maker. Get your money maker, dog. Now he's regretting getting both of them. Oh, check out that link tree code in the back. Yeah, if y'all didn't know,
the other one jump on his head while he's down there grabbing that one.
Forge has a affiliate, so you can go to like Rat Bastard, and there's a bunch of others. So y'all go get y'all's merch. Go check out that link tree. Yeah, those are awesome, dude. Like, I think I like them more than the leopard.
Different names, like they call them, like you could see them, like their scientific name is like Peridora picta, something like that. And then they call them like panther geckos, Madagascar ground geckos, big head geckos.
So that's where they're from, Madagascar?
Yeah, Madagascar, yep.
Okay. Dude, those are sweet, dude. Yeah.
Little chill buddy. He just like look like he's gonna chill right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. How about that?
Yeah, I think so females she got it like she's pregnant too.
Wow, okay. Yeah, put her up, let her nest. No, that's awesome, Tommy. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen one of those because I probably would have bought it.
Yeah, I got them at the Kissimmee show. They actually not. I think because they're also, you got to be careful too, because some of them is wild caught. Like people get them wild caught. Not a lot of people breeding them. So you want to get like a breeder that got captive bred, like captive breeding.
So yours are captive bred?
Yeah, well, I got it from a guy in Kissimmee. He said they was captive bred. So He said he bred
See,
them.
that's what they said about my iguana too, and I know good and well that joker wasn't captive
Yeah, but I
breeding.
seen his pictures on Instagram, like all the eggs. You know, he hatching the eggs and stuff like that. So
Yeah, no, that's straight. Yeah, yeah. The captive bred stuff, the wild caught stuff, I don't mind the wild caught stuff as much as like I'm not going to tell somebody to go get a rat snake out of the river in Alabama and keep it as a pet, you know. But there has to be, you have to understand for the people that don't like it that the animals had to get here somehow. We wouldn't have ball pythons if they didn't take them out of Africa and put them in a wooden crate and ship them over here on a boat, you know, or a plane. So that it is what it is, but yeah, definitely don't just go take stuff out of the wild. But that's pretty cool though. So Madagascar, I assume it's hard to wild caught and import and export stuff out of Madagascar. Are they like a rare species or something? Or
yeah, there's just a species. I think they're just a species more gecko people are working with. You know, like some people just, you know, because leopard geckos, you know, crested geckos, they're like the most popular geckos right now. So people
Yeah.
looking for like different type of geckos, but some
For
people,
sure.
some people might go with the small geckos, like the morning geckos or the
The
different.
morning geckos is what she has a lot of too. Yeah, there's
With those two, like they're
care
real
for 'em,
small.
but
You could keep a
yeah.
lot, you know, but they're like, you know, they're just smaller. And then you got bigger geckos.
And the morning geckos tell me what we have here too. Don't we have the morning geckos here?
Nah, we got the house gecko.
we have house geckos too.
They might be just different species. I don't know, but because I think
That's what it was considered that we had here was the morning gecko.
Because I never really seen them breed the house
I
gecko.
think what you're talking about, Justin, because I've heard house geckos be called, because we have house geckos here, like I told y'all earlier, that hang out around the lights outside and they eat all the gnats and bugs. They're clear looking.
Yeah,
But I think that what they call those morning geckos is because every time you go out for work early in the morning, you always see them in the morning. I don't think it's the same species or anything.
I got you.
Because you got,
I think they
I remember like back in the day, like sitting on a porch. Even my buddy says like with his dad's stuff, but I remember back in the day, my grandfather sitting on a porch. He's like, "You hear that chirping?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's some geckos around here," and I'm like, "What? Nuh-uh." And then over time, as I got older, I realized that really those were geckos that I'm hearing. You know,
and I will say that if you do like Chihuahua geckos or lychee geckos, you can breed those house geckos and they'll for food for them. You know,
Really?
I don't know if y'all knew that. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah, I know people. My buddy does that, and they breed for
bearded dragons. I give them pinkies here and there. You know, I go in there.
Dude, I fed my bearded dragon straight up mice when it was.
Yep.
My bearded dragon was massive, dude, and I fed him freaking hairy mice.
I don't like doing it because it's kind of like you said with the monitor. It kind of makes them more aggressive, more or less. Just saying when they.
Well, that's a lie. I never fed my bearded dragon. I only fed my bearded dragon live pinkies one time, and it made me want to cry because
I feed them live. I just throw them in there live, and they just go. It's
Oh yeah, I feed my monitor like I was telling you, you know, and that's the thing, people like we don't. It's not that we get off on it or whatever. We just it is what it is. It's a circle of life, and
circle of life.
Yeah, for sure, Lion King, baby. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it's it is what it is, and but like Justin was saying, like I have a boa for my retired rats, essentially the big monster Norwegians, you know, that a ball python really don't need to have no business eating. So, you know, and he was like, you can feed it to your monitor, and yeah, I've done stuff like that. You know, frozen or not frozen, but I would euthanize them. You know, before I would never give it a live large rat by no means. But it makes such a mess because lizards are very like vicious and savage, and especially a monitor or a bearded dragon, they like to neck swing. They'll take it and swing it up again. I mean, it's pretty savage. So
I would say something with the monitor. It's like what I've noticed, like with my bearded dragons, it's way different. Like when I had that piece of monitor, like something with them, they like when they see that food, they click. There's no stopping it. It's just it's just like it's
yeah.
like when I got them, the first thing that person said is like, welcome to your first dinosaur. This is your first real, like, you got bearded dragons and everything. This is the closest you're going to get. And I realized what he meant by that when I started feeding it and seeing how it just like, it's nutty. He was untamable when he's, when you have that rat there, you can get him up your arm. Yeah, but he's only chasing up your arm because he knows what's in those tweezers,
Oh, for
he's
sure.
doing that. He isn't doing that just because you're like, hey, come up my arm. No.
And that's why you train. That's how you train your lizard. Like that monitor. If you have big lizards, that's how, even an iguana, you hold a tomato or lettuce or something red, strawberry, to get it to come up your arm, and it'll learn not to. It'll eventually get to that point. But like Justin said, for the most part, it's wanting to eat. And like that monitor, when I feed it live pinkies, if I have a bunch of pinkies and I don't have enough fish or, whatever, turkey or lamb or whatever, I'll feed it live pinkies because I don't want to waste the gas to euthanize it just because, I use the gas to euthanize stuff that I sell, frozen, thawed animals that I sell to pet owners around here. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them feeding live. But it is a vicious thing. Like Justin said, when they know that they're about to get on it. And when they sense that you're feeding that live animal, dude, they're coming at you like a tortoise. Like we were talking about the tortoises, when you put that food down, bro, they are going for it. There's no stopping them. And like my monitor, I can feed it ground turkey, right? And I can pet it. I have videos of me just petting it, kissing it on the head while it's eating turkey. I won't never do that with a live pinky.
With a live pinky, no, you wouldn't. I wouldn't,
But hell yeah, Air, that's awesome, dude. I'm glad to have you here. Everybody give some shout out to Air in the comments for sure. He's in Canada.
Come on.
Now, he's got Pac-Man frogs. A Greek tortoise. Greek tortoises are awesome. He's 14 years old, so I'm sure that's a healthy, good size. White's tree frogs. Okay, White's tree frogs are. When I went to that show in Atlanta at Bob's show, I saw some White's tree frogs that were sick. Like, I didn't think frogs would be like that, but it's pretty crazy. You have a frog too, right?
Yeah, the Pac-Man, yeah.
You got that strawberry Pac-Man, don't you?
My pet rock.
My bad. My bad. I don't know if I did that. What up, girl? What up, girl?
Oh, is it you say?
What up, girl? A. We're drinking beer, eh?
Yep. Don't you know?
Yeah, there's some cool frogs though.
Frogs are cool, and my buddy Mike, he does frogs. Yeah, they spent some good money on them frogs.
My girlfriend actually got it. Like she was like, because I went and got the bearded dragon, and then she was like, "Oh, let's get a frog too." So I was like, "All right."
So you got
I brought the frog, but I don't think if like I do another party, I won't bring the frog because it really like you can't really hold it.
No, you could bring it for a display thing.
Yeah, I had it display. Told them about it, but it just they were just more focused on the other animals than the
smoke it up. For all y'all that live in a friendly state or a friendly country, hey, I'm glad to have you from Canada. I think that's awesome. I don't have many people from outside of the U.S. on here, so freaking thank you for stopping by.
Facts.
But yeah, frogs are cool. I remember my dad had a frog when I was a kid. My dad's spirit animal is a frog, right? So like he's got frogs just all kind. He don't have the real thing. He's got like stuff like statues, but he loves frogs. And I've been thinking about getting him a tree frog, or he likes the real bright, colorful ones. But Erin said that she has the snowflake. The ones that my buddy likes is the red ones. They're like red. So I don't know if you know about those, but they're pretty cool.
Tomato frogs?
No, they're White's tree frogs, but they're like red.
The red ones.
Dude, they are. Dude, they're awesome. Yeah.
See, getting pinky. Come on.
So you feed your White's tree frogs that, Aaron?
Come on.
But yeah, frogs are cool.
Yeah. Now when I was my Pac-Man, I put it's funny because I put so I got him set up, with the dirt and stuff. So he'd be buried, but out like this, and he made like a hill with the dirt, like you could tell like he was burning it. So I dropped the pinky right there, and then he just disappeared, bro. I'd be like, how the hell? You know what I'm saying? Just boom, like it looked like really a Pac-Man. You know how the Pac-Man?
Yeah.
Like it just stays right there, just whoop, and that's it. It's like
It's gone.
They get big too, right? They get pretty damn
Yeah,
big.
I got mine's already big.
So they eat like roaches, crickets, any insect
Well, I tried
or.
to feed him a roach. He didn't really go at it. He went for the pinkies though.
He likes pinkies.
I'm gonna try, get him a hornworm. You know them blue worms.
For sure, yeah.
Too.
Well, that's awesome, dude.
I just don't want to keep feeding him just pinkies.
So I see a lot of people that keep Pac-Man frogs have them in like a minimalistic enclosure. So is that kind of like how it is? You have like a water dish, and then pretty much that's it.
Yeah. Now I got a water dish, and I got sphagnum moss and like a fake plant. It's like it goes over, but he don't really like. He just be pretty much in the same spot. Like I probably had him for like a month now, and maybe a little more than a month, and I've seen him probably in like 4 different places.
So they're ambient. You don't have to have nothing special. It's just ambient.
Yeah, I keep them at like 80.
So you do have a heat on it?
No, I have it in the room. It's like
okay, for your reptile room.
Yeah, it's at 80.
That's cool.
Yeah,
a lot of frogs are cool in that I feel like you don't have to have it just like some of the geckos.
Yeah,
you don't really.
I read though that you could put a heat pad, but I also heard they don't like it too hot. Like you don't want them to dry them out.
Yeah, my buddy has a heat. I think he has a heat pad on the side of the aquarium for his tree frogs, his whites. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's high. But it's only because he keeps his house at like 70 something or whatever.
Yeah, as long as I heard like 75, 80, they good.
Awesome. Well, heck yeah, man. Do you have any plans on getting another Pac-Man frog and trying to see how that works?
No, I was looking at the breeding process, bro, and it's like it's just too much going on. You know,
I imagine
you got the tadpoles. You know, they have like a bunch of babies, and then you got to put each tadpole, or you could just put them all together, and every man for himself, and then
separate them. Let's say
you end up one big ass Pac-Man because he ate all the babies. The other
Wow.
Yeah, frogs are crazy. It's like spiders, right? When they have babies,
like
you have to be prepared for a bunch of babies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alex was talking about with the tarantulas up to like 100 to 500 babies at times. I'm like, but then when I sit back, I'm like, well, if you that's good money.
I watch those videos of those tarantula culture people, and when they have babies, and it seems very hectic, and it seems very scary. Those babies are going everywhere, and you have to be very delicate with them.
Yeah,
you have to be fast. Fuck all that, man. I'm not a spider dude, and to me, if I had one spider, that's enough. I couldn't imagine 500.
What makes sense? You think about it. They pair one spider. This is how I kind of look at it. You pair one tarantula, right? You get 400 babies. Say, for instance, you get 400 babies, right? You start selling the babies, but you have 400 babies. You're not going to sell them all at once. You only have to do that once throughout the whole year, maybe 2 years, you know? So, and as those babies even get bigger, they're worth more money. So as I'm holding on to them throughout the year and selling them, they're going up in value as I'm selling them too.
Yeah, well, let me put it to you this way. Let me put this into fucking perspective for you there, bruh. You might sell 100 babies, and all them 300 babies that you got, they might be getting bigger. They might be worth a little bit more, maybe a little bit more. Let's be real. But you got to take care of them. You got to feed them. The girl, that girl we was talking about, she has to feed all her spiders. She'll message me so late at night and be like, still feeding spiders. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, you got to love what you do. to breed spiders.
It's just crickets, so it's really not that hard, bro. It's really not. I watch Alex with it all, bro. Like
But
Alex,
400 times 400.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. More power to you, Alex. If you're back there, if you can hear me, power, girl power, power to the tarantulas. You know what I'm saying?
I just look at it as like I'm like that's pretty cool. You know, I see why these tarantula guys like. You know, I could only do one pairing of this for a couple of years, one pairing of this for a couple of years, one pairing of this for a couple of years. And I've got a bride, but see that's the thing. Like how you're like maybe up in value. Those T Saladonias, those Brazilian jewels. Do you understand? Like as a baby, they start at $300. As an adult, they're like $1,600 to $1,500.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
like these spiders aren't. And what these girls are getting, bro, they're not buying cheap shit. Like what Alex has got in there, like Jesus Christ, like you know what I'm saying? Like
I know
these things are getting as adults, they're gonna be worth a shit ton of money, you know.
I know.
To me, it's like I think about it sometimes. I'm like, I love the ball pythons. I'm like, damn, did I get the wrong fucking hobby? Like I hate spiders, but God, that's a lot of fucking money.
When you say that, and you got those manises, right? And those manises are awesome, and they might not be that much, but I'm sure they have a lot. How many babies does a mantis have?
I think a good bit. I think like
yeah, it's an insect, so I'm sure it does.
Like 100 and something of them, I think, or something
and,
like that.
And it doesn't take up a lot of room. It doesn't use heat. It does, and that's why like crescent geckos are so popular, right? Because you literally don't have to have anything. You don't have to have nothing but a vessel to keep it in.
Right.
You don't even have to have substrate. You can use paper towels. You don't have to have nothing. Like it's super easy, and spiders are very cool. I'm just arachnophobe, you know. So.
I'm scared of them. I'm petrified of them. But when I sit back and I look at the almighty dollar with the situation, I'm like, damn.
That's why Justin spends all his time in a snake shed now. He's scared of those spiders. Alex took over the house with all the tarantulas.
Ain't no tarantulas in this bed. Come on. Spider free.
He got granddaddy long legs in there, and they're for the gnats.
Hell no, I got hot shots everywhere. Ain't no daddy long leg. Ain't gonna live 24 hours. I'm gonna be dead.
You don't keep spiders, right, Tommy?
Nah, I ain't got none. I like them. Like I will hold them, like, but I haven't like.
Oh, Tommy's got some spider stories. Don't let him lie to you. He's got.
Well, Tommy needs a spider for the.
I don't know if I told Nick. Yeah, I don't think I told Nick.
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah,
go ahead. Let it out.
Yeah, so when I was locked up, I was breeding jumping spiders in prison.
What? That's awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. So you was in there hustling jumping spiders.
I had the babies. Yeah.
Let me get that peanut butter sandwich. I got this jumping spider. It's purple, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jumping spider.
Your best friend, he gonna hang out with you on your shoulder and all.
Nah, but they actually did. They did like jumping spider like like
contest races.
No, they fight. Like the.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So you have a dude. I had this one dude. He was like, fight. I was like, yo, I don't really want to fight the spider. He was like, oh, I got, we could do $20. I got $20 right here. Bet, right? I was like, all right. But my spider, I had a few. I had to collect, I had like 5. But I had this one spider, and all he eats is spiders. Like, I put a fly in there. He don't want it. I put it them wood spiders, them brown ones.
Yeah.
He eats it. So I was like, okay. So I just tried it out, whatever.
Damn, bro, what kind of jail was you at where you had all these spiders everywhere?
Yeah. So in North Florida.
Okay.
Florida, yeah. You're in Florida, bro. You gonna get some stuff.
That makes sense.
And then he put his spider on the bunk, the bed. So I put mine, and then I was like, "Are you ready, bro?" So my spider right away did his, they go like this, like they dance. So his spider just turned around, and my spider ate pretty much like, it was over. Yeah, it was over. Took him out. Yeah, he kind of got mad, but I was like, bro, what you want to do? Is you?
Tommy said, "Where my toy?"
Yeah, you call give me more money. Yeah.
Well, Aaron asked you, "What's your Morpher, Pac-Man?" She has camo and samurai.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I got a strawberry albino.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's like albino, but the reds are more like red. Like
for sure.
Actually cool. They're like yellow and red, aren't they?
Yeah,
they yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the Pac-Man card that you want.
Yeah, he got like red eyes, like dot.
The camos are cool too. Now, I was looking at them for a little while and interested in them, but to me, like I was telling Tommy, I have so many freaking animals, and
Nah, yeah, it get hard. Like you want
it gets hard, bro.
you know, yeah.
You ever picked them up, Tommy? You ever picked them up? Like,
nah, I tried when I first got him, but he just like I was like, all right, I'm just gonna let you chill, like, because
so you haven't tried it?
yeah, their skin is sensitive too, so you know, I don't want
Most frogs and
yeah.
amphibians, yeah.
So, but I might like if I had to move them, like wear gloves and just move them. But they're not.
Do you wet your hands and all that, or
they're not really to handle.
Yeah,
so it's not like a
day gecko.
Like when we go gigging frogs, it's not like when we can pick up a big toad and be like, take this
no.
Not like you can hold it, but I heard not to. Like they're not, the handling. They just
they don't have the same body structure, I don't think at all. It's like a bullfrog. They ain't
I don't think their legs are that big like that. It's different. Like they're more like a basically
like a pancake rock or something.
They're a rock with a mouth, basically.
Yeah. They look like Pac-Man, like a Pac-Man.
Just like
she said they're going to 20 years.
Yeah. So Tommy's wearing gloves because he's scared of getting warts.
Yeah.
Do you ever lick it? Do you ever lick the bottom of your toe?
Now, when I first came to Florida, I remember like I used to start picking them toads and shit. Like when I was like 10, whatever, going to walk into elementary school. And I used to see them, so I pick them up. And then I ended up getting like little, bumps on my hand. I'm like, what the hell? And it's true, you get warts, whatever, from the toes.
And I don't know I think that's a myth that you get it from the pee. I think you just get it from the environment that the toad is in.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that. I think that was a busted myth, one of the reptile or whatever busted myths that I don't necessarily think it's the pee. I think it's the environment and what's on it necessarily. Because I've had frogs pee on me a lot, in my life. Like you said, as a kid, I didn't really get warts. And then I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere about.
I picture like a toad breeder walking around like covered in warts, like its hands, his arms.
Like the Toxic Avenger. He's the Toxic Avenger frog breeder.
I got my frogs.
That was just for like the show, just to something different. But I like it though. But I don't got any plans of breeding them.
Well, hell yeah. So what's your favorite thing about the hobby, man? Since you got out and you've been back in it, I mean, what's the favorite thing you like about it?
The favorite thing, well, I just like it because this is what I like to do. The reptiles, like I always liked it. Like I always did it, whatever. But the people that I met, they you meet some cool people, good people. Friends in the hobby, and it's just a good hobby. It's better than other hobbies I used to do.
For sure. No, it's a good, respectable hobby for sure.
Come on.
So if there's one thing that you had to tell somebody just getting into reptiles, what would it be?
Yeah, just do your research and just find people that like reptiles, and you can learn things from them too, and check out some reptile shows, and just research and just look at your pay attention to your animals and try to see if you could see any patterns, and you can learn with that, like what the animals do and stuff like that.
Animal behavior, for sure.
Animal behavior,
that's awesome. Yeah, I agree. I think that's
maybe some of them like to eat at night too. So maybe like if it didn't eat at daytime, maybe try later, feed it at night. Maybe it will eat, stuff like that.
For sure. And everybody, Tommy is a wealth of knowledge. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram or anything, but if you don't, go ahead and go over to Instagram after the show and hit Tommy up, man. He's a really great guy, man. I've liked Tommy ever since I first started talking to him, and he's very passionate.
Yeah, with the Instagram, you can hit me up, but sometimes I'll be, I'll be cleaning, like working. So sometimes I'll be like, texting. Like I'm not a phone person at all. Just to know, I'll be like texting him sometimes, then I don't get back, or then I text him out.
Tommy, you know I'm the same damn way.
It's hard to get me on the now, phone. I call you one time. If you don't pick up, I know he busy. I try to get later.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to all the geckos that you have coming up in the near future for sure. And I'm excited to get you some. I think we're all excited to get you some cool animals like ball pythons to play with, essentially, because that's all we're all really doing.
Ball pythons, I'm gonna get a rack, like probably an adult rack, and then like a baby rack, and then just go from there.
Well, you can always hit up Justin. Y'all are Florida boys. Hit up Justin, man. We'll see what we can do for you, man. For sure.
Got you on the hook, girl. Come on.
For sure, man. And I'm going to throw this out again real quick before we do our final thoughts, because I think it's cool, and I want everybody to go to More Forge. Heck yeah, y'all. Remember, More Forge RWO Invasion. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great time. I'll just give y'all this to ponder on. You know what I mean? Dude, it's going to be awesome, y'all. Make sure to go hit the bell at More Forge on YouTube, dude. You're not going to want to miss it. RWO Invasion. But hell yeah, man. Justin, you got anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to leave it off with?
Always. Thanks everybody for coming out. That's the most main thing. Thank you all for coming out and checking us out and replay game. I always leave that hashtag replay. And Tommy, thank you, bro, for coming out. So we're friends already, so we're talking regular. It's good to let the audience know, let Nick know, let other people know, what the Florida boys be about, what we're doing, what we do, So
they're gonna find out Daytona.
They're gonna find
Daytona 25, baby. It's going down.
Alabama boy over here don't even know, huh?
No, I've been to Daytona, but I've always been to Daytona on the back of a Harley, so it's gonna be a new experience.
You know what it's about there. Come on.
I know it's a good time. You can't go to Daytona and have a bad time, and if you do, you're a chooch. You're a real life.
If you get lost, you could have a bad time.
I say you gotta be careful. You can come on vacation.
Really, though.
Listen, you could come on vacation and leave on probation.
That's right.
You better be careful.
Yeah, I know that, but
it's gonna be good.
Tommy, you got anything you want to say to everybody? You got any plugs, anything?
Nah, just thank you everybody for coming out. And you could on Instagram, Exotic World Geckos. And sure, I got a website too. I'm still working. I don't have nothing, available on it, but I'm still, gonna update that, put pictures. I'm working on my camera setup now to get, take good pictures.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. And I guess I'll just let everybody know, like Justin said and Tommy said, I appreciate y'all being here. I don't think y'all really understand how much we appreciate y'all being in the comments and spending y'all Saturday with the RWO family. Most of y'all were on Vance's channel earlier watching the Thunderdome. I know all of y'all always come out Tuesday to Ken at LMK's show. And, of course, I know y'all come out Thursday because I see y'all every Thursday in the comments for the RWO show. This week, it's going to be on, what did he say, Vance's channel, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be on Vance's channel on Blue Zombie Morse YouTube this Thursday. So check that out. Don't forget, Ken Tuesday. All of y'all are subscribed to him, so it's whatever. If y'all enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. And replay gang, like Justin said, I appreciate y'all too. We will end with that. Next week's going to be a hoot, so y'all stay tuned for that. I always let y'all know. I keep it a secret for as long as I can who I'm going to have on, but I think next week y'all will really enjoy it. So it's going to be a great time. Tommy, I appreciate you for everything that you do for the hobby, for the kids, for the leopard geckos, bro. So if y'all have any questions about leopard geckos, want to know more about Tommy, make sure y'all hit him up. If y'all want to know what chooch means, hit up Justin at Pressure Pythons, and he will let y'all know because he's the choosiest of the choochies. He's the chooch king, okay? He is even the chooch
Nah, I'm not
queen.
agreeing with that. He's more or less the chooch king.
He can't even point in the right direction. He don't even know how to mirror his camera, everybody. Look, RWO broadcast.
You're next to me.
No.
It's mirrored. Look, you're right here next to me.
I thank y'all. RWO. You know